That's okay.
Good morning. Welcome to the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting for Tuesday, April 4th, 2023. I'm Krista Yoakum, currently chair of the county board. To my right is Vice Chair Sean Flowerday. To my far right is Commissioner Roma Amundson. To my far left is Commissioner Matt Schulte. And to my left here is Commissioner Rick Vast. Please rise and recite the Pledge of Allegiance with us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Clerk, will you please start the agenda?
Of course. Location announcement of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act. A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located on the wall at the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, all written material to be discussed at today's open meeting is available for electronic viewing from the county clerk's staff. Printing options are available upon request. These materials can also be viewed at the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Brings us to item 1, minutes. 1A, approval of the minutes of the Board of Commissioners meeting held on March 28th, 2023.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Do we have any corrections or discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yoakum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 2, claims. Approval of the claims processed through April 4th, 2023.
Move approval. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the claims. Any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yoakum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 3 is a special presentation. Recognition of Kim Etherton, Community Corrections Director, for her years of service to Lancaster County.
As Kim approaches the podium here, and this is kind of a bittersweet moment here for us. We certainly appreciate all the good work that Kim has done through the years.
Oh, I can only say that 4 years ago, I came on the board not knowing this much about community corrections, and now I've expanded my knowledge to know about this much about what you all do over there. But what I did learn was that it is a creation of one individual who had a vision that was bigger than anyone had ever imagined, and she took that work from very small beginnings 20-some years ago to an organization today that helps people change their lives, helps our community be healthier and stronger, and helps people stay out of incarceration and jail, which could have further destructive effects on their life. It's impossible to express the gratitude that this board and the previous boards have for all that you've done over there, Kim. And I think these people could probably tell us even better how much difference you've made in our community. But on behalf of the board, thank you so much for all your years of service to Lancaster County. I deeply appreciate it, and as a small token of our appreciation, we're giving you this. I hope I didn't get fingerprints on it.
I would just like to say, so I haven't cried yet, which is kind of funny because at staff dinners I cry all the time. I could never have done what I did without the support, first of all, of the board, and secondly, of these amazing people that sit here in this room right now. It's their work that created or helped fulfill the dream of what we were doing at Community Corrections. The vision and the mission has been carried out by all of them. And so my gratitude goes out to the staff at the Department of Community Corrections, as well as to the county commissioners for all the support throughout the years. Thank you very much.
You walked away from the podium pretty quickly, but I'd like to see if any of the other commissioners would like to say anything.
Yeah,
This is incredibly uncomfortable for me.
Well, Kim, I came on the board 10 years ago, And I know what it is that you have done. I've toured through the area, and you have just done an amazing job. And over the 10 years, I've even seen it really expand. You have a vision, and you had a vision, you've carried it on, and the work will continue. So good luck in your next gig. And you know, one of the things that you just told us when we were out there is that so many people, so many jurisdictions do not have what Lancaster County has. And so you have a mission to continue that elsewhere.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You revolutionized Lancaster County.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seriously, tens and tens of thousands of people have been substantively impacted by the work you've done in our community, and we are so much better for it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I would just say thank you so much for your leadership and congratulations on your next adventure.
Thank you.
You know, some people could do this kind of work, leave this kind of a legacy behind that we've just heard about, and really retire, but oh no, not you. You're going on to the next endeavor and taking this work, this background, the foundation that you've laid, and taking that to other jurisdictions. And what an awesome thing. Thank you for your dedication. As Commissioner Flowerday said, you've really changed people's lives. These are generational changes.
Yeah.
And you've built this team that is wonderful and dedicated, and I'm so proud of this program and the work that you've done here, and I really thank you for that vision years ago to bring it to this point.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. I appreciate it.
We will miss you.
Now I'm going to walk away.
Please proceed, Mr. Clerk.
Item 4 on the agenda is consent items. These are routine business items that are expected to be adopted without dissent. Any individual item may be removed for special discussion and consideration by a commissioner at any or by any member of the public without prior notice. Unless there is an exception, these items will be approved as one single vote of the Board of Commissioners. These items are the approval of A, amendments to the following county contracts, C-22-0603 with Daniel Legadario, PhD, for on-call specialized psychological services for the Mental Health Crisis Center to increase the number of allowable service hours and compensation. 2, C-22-0214 with SAP Bros Incorporated for annual supply of antifreeze, coolants, and windshield washer fluid. C-22-0215 with Thermo King Christensen Incorporated for the annual supply of antifreeze, coolants, and windshield washer fluid. 4, C-19-0352 with Summit Fire Protection for the annual service of fire extinguisher inspection, testing, and maintenance. 5, C-22-0863 with McKesson Medical Surgical Government Solutions, LLC for medical supply solutions. 6, C-16-0241 with Acuity Special Projects doing business as ZEP Incorporated for comprehensive operational and janitorial supply solutions. B, right-of-way contracts with the following: Lynn F. and Deborah L. Lenhoff, North 98th Street, Holder Street to Adams Street, in the total amount of $27,095. Kenneth J. and Peggy S. Hain, North 98th Street, in the amount of $15,315. 3, Karen Louise Hendricks, North 98th Street, in the amount of $6,655. 4, Lyle L. and Dorothea M. Jesse, Northwest 12th Street and West Rock Creek Road, in the amount of $2,370. 5, David A. and Tori L. Dudley, South 96th Street and Roca Road, in the amount of $6,755. 6, Jerry L. and Jamie S. Prang, South 110th Street and Pella Road, in the amount of $541. 7, Donald G. and Sherry Biggerstaff, North 98th Street, in the amount of $19,865. C, utility permit number 2336, allowing Windstream Nebraska LLC to replace a communication line due to the paving of Southwest 14th Street. D, utility permit number 2337, allowing Windstream Nebraska LLC to install a new fiber optic line to service the University of Nebraska-Lincoln Rogers Memorial Farms. And E, utility permit number 2340, allowing Allo Communications LLC to install a new communication line along Northwest 56th Street.
Hamden County Engineer, and I would like to speak briefly about item E.
So we need to pull it off the consent items. And I was wondering if there was another one that needed to be, I saw Scott
Yeah,
here.
looks like he's left.
Okay, I would make a motion that we remove item E from the consent items.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to remove item E from consent items. Will you please call the roll?
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
We have a motion to approve the consent items.
Yeah, I would move that we approve the remaining consent items.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the remaining consent items. Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Now, is it item E, which were formerly item E?
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. I just want to be sure that the board is aware that in this case, Allo Communications started without a permit, and we have discussed that with them and let them know. We did review the plans and give them a verbal to go ahead. However, I just want to be on record that we warned them that this is an extreme exception and not a rule. In addition to that, we are aware that they are putting their current line in an area that will need to be, where it will need to be relocated for our Northwest 56th Street Federal Aid Project. And they have acknowledged that and said they will relocate the line at no charge. And so those are things that I want to be sure are on record.
So you said that they'd started and you gave them the verbal okay, but it's now been in a contract form or?
Right, this is shoring it up,
Yep.
so.
Excellent.
What happened this time? I mean, they've laid lines before. I mean, we haven't had
Right.
a problem. What changed?
They really have not laid a lot of lines in the county, and so this is kind of their first time in the permit process. Once in a while, we do have a utility or a new utility that puts something in the right-of-way or just starts without being all the way through the process. We do try to work with them. Obviously, we know that these are services that we want in Lancaster County, but nevertheless, there is a process to follow, and there's a reason we have a process. And so we've had that discussion, and we're not
So-
going to do it again.
Okay, so they're fully appraised that they need to go
Yes,
through the process.
they are well aware they need to go through the process.
Pam, will we see a contract for this particular project then?
This is the utility permit for this project. It is Allo's construction. It is separate from the broadband project, Commissioner Best.
Right, so we
This is
could
it.
go ahead and approve
Yes,
this now.
yes, and I am recommending approval. I just want everyone to be aware that we didn't follow the standard process with this
Okay,
one.
fair enough.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I would move that we approve item 4E.
Formerly known as E. I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the utility permit number 2340 with Allo. Please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 5, new business. 5A, appointment of Amanda Berkey as the Emergency Management Deputy Director at an annual salary of $83,636.80, effective April 20th, 2023.
Good morning, Jim David, Saber Director, Lincoln, Lancaster County Emergency Management. I wanted to formally introduce Amanda Berkey as our incoming Deputy Director. I've had the opportunity to work with her for the past several years in southeast Nebraska. She distinguished herself among her emergency management peers, not just in the southeast region, but throughout the state of Nebraska and beyond. During the application and the interview process, Amanda certainly distinguished herself as the leading candidate, so I was very pleased when she accepted the conditional offer, and now I just need to wait another couple of weeks for her official start date. But moving forward, it puts Lancaster County and Lincoln Lancaster County Emergency Management in a very good place.
We'd love to hear a little from you, Amanda. Introduce yourself if you would, please.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I am currently the Emergency Management Director for Johnson and Pawnee County. Through my time there, I have built up that program for training and exercise and have also gone back to EMS. So I've been in EMS and fire for almost 20 years now. Down in Johnson County, I grew up through dispatch and then was a sheriff's administrative assistant and then went over to emergency management. I currently hold a planning section chief type 3 task book for the state of Nebraska and have gone out nationally on teams within the state for the Halsey fire and even outside of the state through New Mexico and the Rocky Mountain area.
A lot of good experience
You
there.
have some really great experiences. You sound like you're very well qualified. So we're glad to welcome you.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate your joining our team. I will move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for approval. Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yep.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5B is the appointment of Ryan Sweroff to the Lancaster County Indigent Defense Advisory Committee for the remainder of a 3-year term expiring April 30th, 2025.
Good morning, Christy Yeager from the Lancaster County Public Defender's Office. I'm asking the board to consider the letter that was presented to you last week. Commissioner Schulte requested a little bit of history, so I've got a little bit for you.
Great, thanks.
The Indigent Defense Advisory Committee was established in 1995 by the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners at the request of Dennis Keefe, then public defender. Their purpose is to advise the Public Defender's Office and the Lancaster County Board, and sometimes make recommendations to the county attorney on all issues related to indigent defense. The members are volunteers, and they're nominated by the Board of Trustees of the Lincoln Bar Association, and then they're appointed by the Board of Commissioners. The Indigent Defense Advisory Committee plays a very important role, especially in looking at new contractors. For example, when the Public Defender's Office needs to find a new contract for our child support contract, we would ask the committee members to provide recommendations. We currently have Zaleski Winter as our child support contract. And then also in looking at the contract, if need be, with legal aid, they deal with juvenile cases that we contract out for. And also they serve as a consulting capacity. In 2008, the Indigent Defense Advisory Committee had served a vital role in making recommendations regarding workload standards that were put in place after a study was done. And then they encouraged the county attorney to expand the use of juvenile diversion. They also help review data, examine the hourly pay of private attorneys and whether those things are fair. I don't think they were consulted in last year's decision-making about increasing the rates for private attorneys. I don't think they would have opposed that, but I think had they been asked, they could have served a good role in providing additional support and recommendations regarding that as well.
I think that's exactly what we were hoping for, actually.
Yeah.
I think we would
Yeah.
have appreciated other input in
Yeah,
that.
I think so.
And
So-
certainly some monitoring that going forward.
Yeah, yep. So that was one thing. I already met with them once. I think it was in February. And that was one of the things we talked about. They were encouraged by that increase, and so we'll just need to see how things keep going in that respect. And so currently the members are Christopher Eichholt, Brad Roth, Stan Beater, Andrew Weeks, and then Heidi Hayes. Heidi needs to step down due to some family obligations, and so I'm asking you to replace Heidi with Ryan Sweroff, and then I offer that Lincoln Bar Association letter in support of the request. So.
These many volunteers really do a lot of good work for Lancaster County, and we certainly want to thank Ryan for her dedication to this.
Move approval.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Item 5C is a request for an exceptional circumstance award under Personnel Rule 17.9B for Virgil Dearmont, Civil Engineer 3, for a one-step pay increase.
Cam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. Virgil Dearmont is a name that is very familiar to the commissioners. He has actually been an employee of Lancaster County since the early 80s. And Mr. Dearmont, you may or may not be aware, actually retired in 2015 and he's been a temporary employee helping us out with his past knowledge and his depth, huge depth of knowledge in our bridges and our bridge system. So he's been very helpful. We terminate him on his 1-year anniversary as a temporary employee every year and then rehire him back. I don't know how long he'll want to continue this. He's continuing it for quite some time, but it was recently brought to my attention in doing that, we had not been giving him a step raise with that, which would really be more appropriate. And so with that, I am requesting an additional step raise for Mr. Dearmont as he continues his service with the county.
Please express our deepest appreciation. I would move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item D, resolution in the matter of witness fees paid by Lancaster County, which have remained unclaimed for 6 months or more.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Did we have any comment or questions?
I read this, and I guess if I'm understanding it accurately, there are folks who are not claiming witness fees that the county owes them, and we're now putting out a notice that if they're past 6 months unclaimed, we're giving them 6-month notice to claim those?
That is correct, Commissioner. We do this resolution twice a year, I believe, and it's for, I believe it's for the period ending in maybe September even, so it's already a little bit in the past, and again, we give them 6 months until post today's date when the resolution is signed.
Okay, and then if they don't claim them in that time, John, then?
I believe it goes to the general fund at that time. Yep.
All right.
Can I interject?
Certainly.
Kevin Nelson, County Clerk's Office. I'm the one who works this up every 6 months. And I apologize, I ran. So what this is people who have not claimed their witness fees. What happens is we at 6 months, we put this onto your agenda. You approve it, and if they're still outstanding 6 months from now, they get turned over to the county treasurer, and those funds are then turned over to the school districts.
Oh, okay.
Any questions?
Thank you for that explanation.
Thanks for running over.
We need a motion then?
No, we've got
I
it.
already did.
We have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 5E is a resolution instituting eminent domain proceedings against Linda K. Gill and Richard L. Claus.
Alex Olson, Lancaster County Engineering Right-of-Way Manager. This is for the bridge project out by Malcolm, E38. We have all of the other interests secured. This is the last one that we're working on to try and get this project wrapped up so we can hopefully get construction started this fall.
Would you just tell us a little bit about the process and the efforts that you've made on behalf of Lancaster County to reach an agreement?
So we've met with this gentleman a few times, including Pam and I have both met with him. We've gone through, we've tried to change from buying fee simple, which we're actually purchasing the ground from them, to like a permanent easement where they still retain ownership. We've tried to shorten it down. We're still currently trying to find a way to fit a driveway in there. We really, you can see on the overhead, there's a guardrail right here. We need to protect the end of that. If somebody slips in trying to get into that driveway and hits it, that's rather expensive to fix. We just have not currently been able to reach a resolution.
And you've reached one with all the other quadrants. And
Yes, sir.
I appreciate your efforts. I will move approval.
And you may recall that we often get to this point, more often than I'd maybe like.
Okay.
And then pretty typically as we get closer to actually having the hearing, we're able to settle. So this doesn't mean, Commissioner Vest, that we will stop trying to achieve the goal with the landowner. It just means that we are starting the process because we really need to build this bridge.
I appreciate that. I move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 5F is a contract with Cubert Appraisal Group for the appraisal of land near Northwest 105th Street and Malcolm Road in the amount of $3,200.
Good. Alex Olson, Lancaster County Engineering Right-of-Way Manager. This is in direct correlation with the previous item. When we do go into these situations, we feel it is best that we remove ourselves and have a private firm do an appraisal on the property. So basically, it just kind of helps protect us.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Item 5G is a contract with Highway Improvement Incorporated to provide crack sealing 2023. The cost of the county is not to exceed $309,855.70.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. Crack sealing is an annual contract for us. We have a contractor do crack sealing for us, as well as we have our own equipment. We go out and crack seal. We aggressively maintain our asphalt slabs in order to keep moisture from getting under them. And so this is this year's contractor crack sealing contract, and we're excited to have the opportunity to get going with this.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 5H is a grant contract with the Nebraska State Historical Society, History Nebraska, to reimburse promotional costs from the Visitors Promotion Fund for the Righting a Wrong Japanese Americans in World War II exhibit in the amount not to exceed $5,000.
One of the things the Visitors Promotion Fund does is assist entities like the Nebraska State Historical Society publicizing their events so the community can realize all the great diversity of events that are going on in our community. We've got several on here today, and so these funds were to help them with that. Honored to move approval of this one.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Seeing no further discussion, please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5I is a grant contract with the Lux Center for the Arts to reimburse promotional costs from the Visitors Promotional Fund for the 2023 Emerge Link Street Art and Mural Festival in the amount not to exceed $5,000.
Another really good one, and I move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5J, a grant contract with the Board of Regents of the University of Nebraska on behalf of the University of Nebraska-Lincoln's University of Nebraska State Museum to promote its summer staycation promotion at Morrill Hall in the amount not to exceed $5,000 from the Visitors Promotion Fund.
Approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5K, grant contract with Stephen Siller Tunnel to Towers Foundation to promote its Tunnel to Towers 5K run and walk in Lincoln in the amount to not to exceed $5,000 from the Visitors Promotion Fund.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve this contract. Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 5L, agreement with NRG Media LLC for advertising for the Lancaster Sheriff's Office. The cost of the county will not exceed $4,820.
Ben Houchin, Lancaster County Sheriff's Office, Chief Deputy. As you guys know, we've been having recruiting issues, and so this is just another attempt to see if we can bring in people. So we're using Froggy 98 and Red 94.5. That's the age demographic.
Good deal. I
Move
move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Will you be directing them to, didn't we do some work with Eleanor Creative on the Sheriff's Department?
Yes.
And will you be directing people to that? through
Yes.
these? Excellent.
Yep. And what we want to do
I like to
too
see it all tied together that way.
is we're going to take little steps. So if this works, if we do 2 or 3 different things, you don't really know what works. So we're going to try this one, and we're going to add it to the personal statements of how did you learn about it, and then we're going to try to see if this is a good thing for us or not.
Very good.
So we're going to probably do it twice just to give it a good chance, and then kind of reassess and go from there. So yeah, we're trying, and we just really want to get our numbers up.
Very good. We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Pardon me. Next item is item 5M, a contract with Aramark Correctional Services, LLC, to provide food services to Lancaster County's Department of Corrections, Youth Services Center, and Mental Health Crisis Center. The cost of the county for the first year is $1,689,244.50.
We feel confident about the way this contract's written.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 5N, contract with Miller Seed Company to provide grass seed. The cost of the county is not to exceed $1,000.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 5O, contract with United Seeds Incorporated to provide grass seed. The cost of the county is not to exceed $25,000.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 5P, agreement with Blackstone Environmental to perform an environmental site assessment located at 635 J Street in Lincoln. The cost of the county is $3,005.
Morning, Commissioners. Karen Peterson, Director of Facilities and Property. This is another step in the improvements that we're making to 635 J Street for the Civil Protective Custody Center. It is for the Phase 1. If needed, we would move on to a Phase 2. But this is what we need to get done first. And just as another aside, we're actually a little bit ahead of schedule for this project. And I love mentioning things like that, ahead of schedule.
We appreciate that.
Move approval.
All right.
I would
Questions?
second, and imagine a project that Karen's in charge of.
It's gonna go. It's gonna go.
Yeah, it doesn't have much to do with me, but thank you, Commissioner. Appreciate
We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 5Q, a settlement agreement and release between Brenda Love and Lancaster County.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 6 is the legislative update.
I don't believe we have any items for that today.
The only thing that I would just bring up on this is more a sort of a tactical analysis for the county is moving forward. I suspect the rest of this session and next session, we've entered the era of the mega package, right? It's going to be 20+ bills pushed into one omnibus bill. That seems to be where all the committees are heading now, which makes it particularly hard to stop things. Certainly, I've had this conversation with our lobbyists already, but we should just all get in the mindset that now begins the era of the mega bill, right? Like that's where we're at now. 22 bills in one package is suddenly no longer uncommon, and I think this is the new way of doing things. So.
Thanks for that update.
Yeah, that's a general analysis. Just when you start hearing about 30 bill packages that were previously totally unheard of, don't be surprised any longer. So.
Thank you. We can proceed with the agenda.
Item 7 is public comment. Those wishing to speak on items related to county business not on the agenda may do so at this time.
Is there anyone here to speak in public comment? Seeing none, please proceed.
Item 8, announcements. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold a staff meeting on Thursday, April 6, 2023 at 9:30 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building. Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, April 11th, 2023 at 9 a.m. regarding text amendment number 23003 to amend Articles 2, 6, 13, and 17 of the Lancaster County Zoning Resolution. Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold its next regular meeting on Tuesday, April 11th, 2023 at 9 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building. County Commissioners can be reached at 402-441-7447 or commish@lancaster.ne.gov. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting is broadcast live on LNK TV. LNK TV is available on Allo Channel 2 and Spectrum Channel 1300. For the rebroadcast schedule, visit lincoln.ne.gov. Meetings are also streamed live on YouTube and Facebook. LNK TV apps are available on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV.
Move we adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes,
Motion carries 5-0.
we are now adjourned, and we will proceed to the Lancaster County Board of Equalization meeting for Tuesday, April 4th, 2023. Mr. Clerk, you can begin when you're ready.
Of course.
Give you a minute to transition.
Thank you, Commissioner. Location announcement of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act. A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located on the wall at the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, all written material to be discussed at today's open meeting is available for electronic viewing from the county clerk's staff. Printing options are available upon request. These materials can also be viewed on the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Item 1 is minutes. Approval of the minutes of the Board of Equalization meeting held on Tuesday, March 21st, 2023.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 2 is the additions and deductions to the tax assessment rolls.
Move approval of the additions and deductions to the tax assessment rolls.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the additions and deductions to the tax assessment rolls. Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 3 is a notice of assessed valuation change for property taxation purposes. 3A, Starsoka Lewis LLC, and 3B, Angel Strub.
Good morning.
Lori Beatty with the Assessor Register Deeds Office. We're presenting to you today 2 recommendations on changes to 2022 real property values. This is due to clerical errors. So the first one for Starosca Lewis LLC, that parcel is actually inside the city limits and it's currently being farmed, and it was being farmed as of January 1st, 2022. And per the planning department, it's platted as undevelopable outlot for water retention purposes. So we're recommending a change to development ground from rural market land in order to be consistent with like-use properties within the city limits. And then on the Angel Strub property, that one was new construction that was just omitted. The property was there as of January 1st, 2022, so we just wanted to make sure it reflected the real market value. So those are the reasons for the changes.
These folks have been notified about these changes.
They've been in discussions with our staff, but this is the formal notice. Yeah. Yep.
I will move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 4 is the public hearing.
We will now open the public hearing on the motor vehicle tax exemption applications. Is there anyone here wishing to speak on any of these applications? Seeing none, we will close the motor vehicle tax exemption application public hearing and move on to the action item.
Item 5 is the action on the following, the motor vehicle tax exemption applications.
Move approval of the motor vehicle tax exemption applications.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 6 is public comment. Those wishing to speak in items related to County Board of Equalization business not on the agenda may do so at this time.
Seeing none, please proceed.
Item 7 is adjournment.
Move we adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. We're adjourned.